Isn't it fascinating how the mind, your mind, already begins to wonder what happens when you simply allow yourself to notice all the things you've been moving toward? Because somewhere inside, you already know that every moment holds a gift, a spark, a possibility, just waiting to unfold. And isn't it curious how, as you imagine stepping forward into those opportunities, that something begins to shift? Some part of you, perhaps even now, begins to look forward into the places where excitement lives, forward into the moments you can already feel coming, forward into that growing sense of curiosity that only builds the more you become aware of how much is truly ahead of you. And as you begin to sense this now, isn't it comforting to know that the same mind, the same intelligence that brought you here, already knows how to guide you? You see, every time you think of what's ahead, some part of you smiles, doesn't it? Maybe it's a quiet smile. Maybe it's just the smallest flicker of anticipation. But you feel it, don't you? That gentle pull, almost like an invisible thread, drawing you closer to the moments, the places, and experiences that have already been prepared for you. Because here's what's true. The more you allow yourself to notice, the more you realize it's not just about big things, or small things, or even obvious things. It's about everything. Every sound, every glance, every possibility that opens up, step by step, just by choosing to look forward. And I wonder if you've already begun to notice how your thoughts naturally, effortlessly, begin to turn towards what excites you the most. Maybe you're becoming aware of how it feels to shift your focus, to shift your energy, to shift your attention towards what lights you up. And isn't it fascinating how every time you do this, you teach yourself something important, something powerful, like the fact that your focus creates your world. And as you focus forward, as you notice more and more what's ahead of you, it's almost as if that future begins to open up, wider and brighter than before. And you don't even have to try, do you? Because your unconscious mind already knows how to do this. It's already preparing, already building, already weaving connections, already placing new patterns where they belong. And maybe you're even starting to see it now. Little flashes, little glimpses of what's waiting for you, what's pulling you forward. It's funny, isn't it? How the more you allow yourself to imagine the excitement, the joy, the possibilities waiting for you, the more those things begin to take shape in your awareness. Have you noticed it? How something changes? Even now, when you give yourself permission to look forward. It's like opening a door, isn't it? A door to what's next. A door to what's possible. And I wonder, have you already begun to notice how easy it is to make this a habit? How effortless it is to train your mind, your heart to move forward, into excitement, into possibility, into anticipation. Because it's not something you have to force, is it? It's simply about remembering. Remembering every moment, every step. It's part of a pattern you're creating. And the more you realize this, the more you begin to trust the process of noticing, the process of believing, the process of opening yourself up to what's ahead of you. Because some part of you already knows, doesn't it? That you always have something to look forward to. And as this realization sinks in deeper, you can begin to notice how quickly your focus sharpens, and naturally your mind drifts towards the excitement of what's next. Because that's the beauty of it. Every time you notice what's ahead of you, you're building a new skill, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling. And every time you do this, it gets easier, doesn't it? Because with every forward step, every forward thought, you're training your mind, your body, your spirit, to move into what's waiting for you. And maybe as you sit with this awareness now, you can already sense how powerful this truly is. How in choosing to look forward, you're unlocking doors, creating opportunities, building a bridge to the life that you've been dreaming of. Because after all, this is what you're meant to do, isn't it? To look forward, to grow forward, to move forward into all you've been preparing for. And as you let this settle in, you might even notice how good it feels to anticipate all the ways this belief, this focus, is already becoming a part of who you are. How it's already weaving itself into your thoughts, your habits, your actions, so that from this moment on, it just feels natural. So go ahead, take a moment to imagine how your life begins to change when you notice and become aware of everything that you have to look forward to. And isn't it wonderful to know that this change has already begun? And as you continue to listen, just letting yourself breathe into this moment, I wonder if you've already noticed how easy the mind begins to absorb what's most useful, without you even needing to think about it. Because some part of you, it already knows how to focus forward, doesn't it? It's interesting, isn't it, how the smallest shift in attention, it creates a ripple that travels far beyond this moment. And isn't it reassuring to realize that every time you notice what's ahead, something deep inside begins to turn, as if gears, long set in motion, start to align perfectly, effortlessly. And maybe you can already feel that now, a gentle, almost invisible pull, guiding you into anticipation, into readiness, into a sense of trust. Because that's the thing, isn't it? Trusting what's ahead. Trusting that what's coming is not only good, but exciting, fulfilling, even better than you imagined. And perhaps you're beginning to understand now that looking forward isn't just a thought, is it? No, it's a skill, a pattern, a rhythm you've already begun to learn. And like any rhythm, the more you listen to it, the more it feels natural, the more it feels automatic. And I wonder if you've begun to realize just how easily this rhythm integrates into everything you do. Every action, every breath, every moment where you notice just how much there is to look forward to. Isn't it fascinating how the mind has a way of filling in the gaps too? Because even now, some part of you is already imagining what's ahead, aren't you? You don't have to try. You don't have to force it. It's already happening. As you think about this now, can you imagine what it feels like to fully, completely trust this process, to know deep down that your focus is shifting, and that shift is opening doors you didn't even realize were there. And as those doors open, you begin to step into a world where excitement and joy and possibility meet you again and again. It's like planting seeds, isn't it? Every time you choose to notice, every time you choose to look forward, you're planting a new belief, a new possibility, a new habit that grows stronger and stronger. And isn't it wonderful to know that, even now, those seeds are already taking root? And here's the fascinating thing. Have you noticed how, when you focus forward, it's as if your entire being shifts, your mind sharpens, your energy lifts, your vision becomes clearer. And it's as though with every forward thought, every forward step, you're programming yourself, aren't you? Programming your mind, your body, your emotions to align with that sense of anticipation, that sense of excitement for all that's ahead of you. Because really, isn't that what life is? A series of steps, a series of moments, all leading towards something greater, something you've already started to feel, haven't you? It's like following a trail of breadcrumbs, each one leading you closer and closer to exactly where you're meant to be. And I wonder, as you think about all of that now, have you noticed how easy it is to feel curious? Curious about what's next. Curious about what's waiting for you just around the corner. And isn't it curious? Such a powerful thing. Because curiosity, it is a way of pulling you forward without effort, without resistance. It just happens, doesn't it? And the best part is, you don't even have to know what's ahead to feel that sense of excitement. Because really, it's not about the specifics, is it? It's about the feeling, the energy, that deep knowing that whatever's coming is worth moving towards, worth stepping into, worth looking forward to. And the more you feel this now, the more you realize how natural it is to carry this with you. Because this, it isn't something you have to create. It's something that's already inside you, isn't it? It's always been there. And every time you notice it, every time you allow it to surface, it becomes stronger, doesn't it? And perhaps you begin to realize just how deeply this belief is sinking in. Because this isn't just a thought, is it? No, it's a truth. A truth you've always known. A truth that even now is weaving itself into every fibre of your being. And isn't it amazing how easily this truth begins to express itself in your daily life? How without even thinking about it, you start noticing things to look forward to. Little things, big things, all kind of things. And each time you do, it feels good, doesn't it? Because that is what this is all about. Feeling good, feeling excited, feeling ready for all that's ahead of you. And as you allow this feeling to grow, I wonder if you can already sense how this changes everything. How it changes the way you wake up in the morning. How it changes the way you move through your day. How it changes the way you think about the future. And isn't it fascinating how every time you look forward, you're actually creating your future? Because that is the real secret, isn't it? The future, it isn't something that just happens. It's something you create. And every time you notice what's ahead, every time you feel that flicker of excitement, you're shaping your reality. So I wonder what you're most excited about right now. And if you don't know, that's okay. Because your unconscious mind already does, doesn't it? And maybe as you sit with this question, you can feel that excitement growing, spreading, filling every part of you. Because that is what happens when you focus forward, isn't it? You begin to notice, you begin to feel. As this feeling continues to grow, I wonder how soon you'll begin to notice all the ways this belief has already taken hold. How soon you'll start to realize that you are already looking forward to so much more than you were before. And how good does it feel to know that this is only the beginning. And it's so fascinating, isn't it? How the more you listen, the more you begin to notice that something inside you is shifting, effortlessly, naturally, almost as if it's always been there, waiting for this very moment to awaken. Because the truth is, your unconscious mind, it already knows how to guide you towards the things you most want, doesn't it? It's as if somewhere deep inside, there's a part of you that already understands exactly how to move forward, step by step, moment by moment, into the growing sense of anticipation, excitement and clarity. And maybe you've already begun to notice how good it feels to allow this process to happen, to simply let it unfold naturally without even trying. Because isn't it true that the more you focus forward, the more everything else seems to fall into place? It's almost like turning on a light in a dark room, and suddenly everything becomes clear. And as you think about that now, as you allow that light to grow brighter, I wonder if you've already begun to sense just how much is waiting for you. Because isn't it amazing how with each passing moment, your mind naturally begins to scan for all the things to look forward to. It's as if your unconscious mind is creating a map, a guide, to lead you exactly where you need to go. And the best part is, you don't even have to think about it, do you? Because you see, this is something your unconscious mind is already doing for you. Every moment of every day, it's gathering clues, noticing patterns, connecting the dots, so that you're always moving towards what's next, what's possible, what's exciting. And maybe, as you consider this now, you can begin to imagine just how powerfully true this is. Because, isn't it true? The more you notice what's ahead, the more alive you feel, the more energy you have, the more momentum you build. And isn't it wonderful how every time you focus forward, you're creating a new habit, a new way of thinking, a new way of being that aligns perfectly with the life that you're creating. And here's the most fascinating part. Have you noticed how this sense of looking forward, of anticipating what's next, it seems to grow stronger and stronger the more you allow yourself to feel it. It's like a seed, isn't it? A tiny, powerful seed that's already been planted deep within you. And every time you water it, every time you nurture it with your thoughts, your focus, your attention, it grows. And perhaps you can imagine that now. Imagine that seed growing stronger, roots spreading deeper, branches reaching higher, until it becomes a tree so strong, so vibrant, that it can't help but thrive. And maybe, as you imagine that tree now, you can begin to feel how deeply this belief has already taken root within you. Because this isn't just a thought, is it? It's a way of living, a way of seeing, a way of being that transforms the way you move to the world. And the beauty of it, every time you notice something to look forward to, every time you allow yourself to feel that excitement, you're reinforcing this belief, strengthening it, expanding it. And isn't it interesting how this process seems to happen all on its own? Because after all, your unconscious mind, it already knows how to do this, doesn't it? It knows how to guide you forward, how to help you notice, how to shift your focus in ways to bring more joy, more clarity, more excitement into your life. And as you think about this now, you might even begin to realize just how effortless this reality is. Because isn't it true that your unconscious mind is always working in the background, filtering, sorting, noticing all the things that are most important to you? And isn't it wonderful to know that every time you look forward, you're giving your unconscious mind permission to do what it does best? And maybe you're already beginning to sense how this changes everything. Because when you look forward, when you notice what's ahead, it's like opening a door, isn't it? A door to new possibilities, a door to new opportunities, a door to the future you've been waiting for. And the best part is, the door is already open. And as you step through that door now, I wonder if you can begin to imagine what's waiting for you on the other side. Maybe it's something you've been dreaming of for a long time. Or maybe it's something new, something unexpected, something even better than you imagined. And isn't it exciting to think about how much is truly ahead of you? That's the truth, isn't it? Life is always moving forward. And every moment, every step, it's another opportunity to step into what's next, to move closer to the things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and excitement. And the more you notice this now, the more you realize how natural it is to feel this way. Because it isn't something you have to try to do, is it? No. It's simply about allowing yourself to notice, allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to look forward with curiosity, with excitement, with trust. And isn't it interesting how the more you allow that to happen, the more it becomes a part of who you are, like a habit, like a rhythm, like a melody that plays in the background of your mind, always guiding you forward, step by step, moment by moment. And maybe as you listen to that melody now, you can begin to imagine how your life changes when this becomes your default way of thinking, how it feels to wake up each morning with a sense of anticipation, to move through your day with a sense of excitement, to fall asleep each night knowing that tomorrow holds even more to look forward to. Because isn't that what life is about? Moving forward, growing forward, looking forward, and all the possibilities that are waiting for you. And the best part is, this process has already begun. And as you listen now, as you let these ideas sink in, I wonder if you can already feel how deeply they've been integrated into your unconscious mind. Because after all, your unconscious mind is always listening, isn't it? Always learning, always absorbing exactly what it needs to help you to move forward naturally, effortlessly, with ease. And as you think about this now, I wonder, how will you notice this belief showing up in your life today, and tomorrow, and the next day? Because isn't it true that every time you look forward, every time you notice what's ahead, you're reinforcing this belief, strengthening it, making it even more a natural part of who you are?